Welcome everyone to episode 10 of Over the Line podcast. As you can see, almost have a full house. Shane might be joining us here soon. But it's nice to have the majority of everyone back. I feel like we've been hit or miss over the past few weeks, but we're all here. We're all together. I do want to say one thing. Thank you, Scotty Scheffler, last weekend.
Yes.
Took him pre-tournament to win, and then took him after like Friday afternoon when he was at like +4 or something. When he was like out of the top 10 at some point or something like that, and I was like, "Oh, I'll take him again," and then he just charged right back. Tried to give it up at the end.
When you think about it, pre-tournament he was +500, and then had a rough start, and it still fell to +425.
Yeah, he was like 7th place at one point on like Saturday, I think. I don't know. And he was still like -1 something to win. And I was like,
he is just back to that like level right now. Like there's just times where when he's on, he's just unstoppable.
yeah, this seems to be one of those times. But before we get into any of those bettings or any bettings that we have going on this weekend, Dalton, I know that you have a little show and tell for us if you want to go ahead and get started.
Oh, yeah.
Got a new hat. Nice little championship hat for the youth travel lacrosse team I help out coaching. We won our league championship.
Oh,
It was gonna go back here, but as you can see, it's a little too tall for that.
just a little too big.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Whoa! Hardware. I show up when we already giving trophies out. What's going on? Nah.
Yeah, little dub for Dalton. So, congrats to Dalton. It's awesome.
We're in 8th grade travel lacrosse championship. Okay.
I'll tell you what, that's better than anything I've ever won in my life. I'll tell you that much.
Shane, welcome. We haven't started yet. I don't know why I cannot speak tonight. We haven't started yet on any of our bets, so we're about to get into it. Do you have anything from last weekend that you're pissed off about or happy about?
Golf can suck my ass in general.
Yeah.
So
I couldn't do shit. Couldn't do nothing. I don't know anything. Never will. Never have. That's pretty much the gist of that one. I don't think I had someone finish top 50, let alone top 20. Not unless I missed something, but yeah, not so great for me.
Yeah, my to finish top whatever parlay that we usually do was complete garbage.
Yeah, not great.
Weekend.
Yeah, golf is rough.
Yeah. I do want to say right now I have the Pacers plus. I took them +7.5 at halftime. They are down 3 with 7:25 left in the third.
Oh, what?
What? Yeah, the Pacers have come back.
Yeah, I live bet their money line in the second quarter, and I got them at +160.
Damn. You could have got them away. You could have got me like 600 at half.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was getting trying to get an NBA.
That's still good. I mean, that's still almost doubling your money.
Yeah.
If the Knicks do cover 4.5 tonight, I will be just about back to breaking even on it on the NBA playoffs.
Oh, the system.
Yes.
Yeah, it's kind of.
Hold on. Before we get into the system, one last thing. Some of us did take Shohei Ohtani to hit a home run tonight.
Yeah.
I think that game starts in about 28, 30 minutes, something like that.
Jump on the bandwagon, Shane.
So,
honestly, because
Bet it now.
honestly, probably not now because you all are doing it. So I should
yeah.
probably leave that one alone.
That's actually very smart. If you're watching right now, take the same advice. Just watch some of us lose some of our money.
Shane's going to go ahead and bet Ohtani to go over 3.
Yeah, like how many strikeouts am I allowed to bet for him to have?
Yeah. He's gonna go Corbin Burns no hitter tonight.
Yeah. Oh yeah, facing Burns.
Yeah.
He's been hot as hell recently. He's been getting going.
All right. So the system. Let's get back to the system. Dalton. How's the system doing? Let's get a check in.
It's not bad right now. I've been hitting a decent amount. For those of you guys that follow my daily picks, it's been going pretty solid the last 2 weeks since last time I was on the show, I think I was down 7 units. So I've already picked up 6 more. I think the last time, at one point I was down 14 on the system. So
ooh,
yeah,
the system
giveth, pretty well
the system taketh away.
Yeah,
but hey, if you end up like above even on it, you will be able to say, hey,
it worked.
It worked.
Yeah. But this is like when Philly was when the Sixers.
I was about to say the process. Like it's funny that Dalton has the system and then his team has the process. Hopefully you're more successful overall than the than the process was at the end of the day.
I feel
the
like
process almost worked.
That's the thing is, almost is the key word there.
I was going to say, hopefully we're not in the.
It should have worked, to be honest.
Yeah, it got the guy.
Really
they just decided then to keep Tobias Harris instead of Jimmy Butler for some goddamn reason.
I think if Kawhi Leonard doesn't make that crazy game winner, then
they win a championship.
Look at the process a lot.
Yeah, because we assume the Warriors still crater because of the injuries and stuff.
Yeah.
And you go from there. But yeah, instead you get whatever this past season was.
Now we're doing all of the things that like notorious teams that never actually make it over the hump do, like signing Paul George.
Yeah,
because that was gonna definitely be the thing that solved all the issues.
That worked so well for all 5 other teams that did it.
I think you always think it's gonna work for them too.
Yeah, always.
Same with like James Harden.
Yeah.
At this point, it's harder to find a star player that didn't send Paul George packing in the playoffs than it is to find one who hasn't.
Yeah.
Like, I don't at this point. Like, I don't know what people are thinking are going to happen there, but whatever. Could be the Heat, who just seem to just be kind of sitting around in this weird 8th seed hole that they can't get out of for some reason. So I guess I can't say anything.
They're a bad team that has one of the greatest coaches of all time.
You know what the sad thing is the fact that technically, like, I'm a Grizzlies fan as well, but like more so a Heat fan. The fact that my favorite basketball team, at least currently, and my favorite football team is the Heat and the Steelers is hilarious if you think about it. Yeah. Like, they could not be more similar to each other despite being a different sport than possible. Yeah. Like, that's actually really funny. Yeah. So, yeah, just realize that.
Yeah, now the Heat just have to lose in the first round another 5 times.
Literally, yeah, and then it'll be the same. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
So, let's go ahead get into our betting for this weekend. Let's just kick it off with golf, or tee off, I guess you would say.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
That was a nice one.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. Anyways, so it's a Charles Schwab this weekend. I had to do it. I had to go Scotty to win again at plus 240. Might as well. They were smart to not put it at plus 450 or plus 350 or whatever it was last week. So they took down the odds a little bit. But then I also did 4 guys to finish top 20. Took Spieth, Siwoo Kim, Berger, and Scheffler, and that's at plus 971. Just pick 4 bigger names this year in golf. See what happens. Usually that has not worked out for me this year. Disclaimer, but I'm just going to
amazingly so.
Yeah. Eventually it'll happen, and I will be on this podcast saying I told you so once it does.
Always right, just early.
Yes.
My only golf bet, I'll just throw it out there to get out of the way. I just picked Scotty to win because,
Yeah.
But like, I can't do the top. Like, I need a week off from the top 20 after last week. It was disastrous. I was thinking of like, can I do a theme? Like, how many? Like, I have to do like 3-syllable last names or something. Like, that's probably better than trying to actually like analytics this thing. So I was like, let's just skip it for this week. I'm just gonna take Scotty, and if he doesn't win, it's probably because I'm betting on him. So sorry, Scotty. So.
Yeah, I took kind of a similar approach. I didn't really do too much. I just only bet on golfers that have won here before, and Scotty. So I took Scotty.
better theme than mine.
And then I like Jordan Spieth, top 5 at plus 400 or top 10 at plus 210. And then same with Hideki Matsuyama. I like him top 5 at plus 450 and him also top 10 at 230. Just guys that have won here before are playing decent golf right now, and it feels like good value. And then the parlay will be different depending on if you do like top 5 or top 10. But what I'm doing is Scheffler to win at plus 240, and then Spieth top 5 at plus 400, and Matsuyama top 10 at plus 230. And then the odds on that come out to plus 5,510. So
ooh, healthy.
It's a juicy one.
Yeah.
I couldn't do too much research into golf. I really haven't been watching enough recently. So yeah.
I mean, you haven't missed much. It's just Scheffler dominating.
Yeah. Rory finally winning the Masters, and then Scotty being Scotty.
Yeah.
But Shane, if you wanted to do 3-syllable golfers,
Mm-hmm.
you actually put together a pretty good parlay with top 20 with Hideki Matsuyama, Maverick McNeely, right? McNeely, that's 3 syllables, and Robert McIntyre.
Yeah, that was one of I think those are 3 of the names. There's a couple other ones, but yeah, I was like, I could do something like that, and I'm like, what am I doing? Like, I stopped. I'm like, am I really doing this right now? Like, is this where I've gotten to? Where I'm like, I'm not even looking. I couldn't tell you what the last 3 like rounds of golf these guys have played whatsoever. But I'm just gonna go for it. No, I'm just gonna take Scotty. I know who that is. We can do that. Like, so that's where I'm at. But fair enough.
Yeah.
All right, so I got a bunch of golf picks because I got to dig my way out of this hole at some point. Betting on Scheffler every week is not going to do it.
Yeah, you gotta get a little more creative. Gotta get a little more creative than that.
I can't just hit singles. So I'm taking the hot pick this week is Daniel Berger. I'm taking him to win at plus 2,200.
I don't know.
The nature of this course kind of favors his style of play a little bit, which I honestly think is a reason that I'm kind of thinking someone other than Scotty's going to win this week, just because I think it's one of those courses where it's kind of short. So, iron at the big second shot course. So I think there's a little more variance possibly for some other guys to get involved there. Another guy that I like this week to finish top 5 is Harris English. Been playing some good golf lately. Taking him at plus 600 to finish top 5. And then speaking of Maverick McNeely, I'm betting on him to finish top 10 at plus 260. Had a good tournament a couple weeks ago. I think he'll be in the mix again this week. And then I have a juicy 3-leg top 20 parlay. 3 guys that are playing decent golf and that are usually pretty safe bets for the top 20. Aaron Rai, Ben Griffin, and Siwoo Kim to all finish top 20. That parlay is at plus 2,038.
Those are pretty good odds for that, I think.
Yeah, healthy for three-legger.
Yeah, I'm hoping if either that hits or Berger wins, then I can almost be back to breaking even. If one of those hits, I'm still probably going to be more than 5 units down.
You got to start somewhere, Got to start somewhere.
So any other golf bets?
That's it for me.
All right.
I bet you I won't see one shot of this tournament. No.
Yeah, so let's get into our motorsports. We have the Indy 500 this Sunday. I don't know what
And
if
Coca-Cola
NASCAR's.
600.
Yes, that's what it is. I'm just betting on the Indy 500. Jake, is there any F1 this weekend?
Oh yeah.
Oh, all right. So
Jake's like, I got it. Don't worry about it.
and this is going to be a heavy motorsports betting
Yeah.
podcast today, I guess.
Mhm.
I might as well just, for the sake of no. Anyway.
So I have 3 bets for the Indy 500, but it's on one person, and it's Scott Dixon. I have him to win, place, and show. Kind of waterfalling it, see what happens here. See if he can win here. I think he's got top 3 a couple years ago. This is my little 6-year-old nephew's favorite racer, so shout out Scott Dixon. Win, place, and show. But those are my bets for this weekend in racing. Shane, obviously, I don't think you have anything. Jake, all right, let's hear what's going on in F1 this weekend.
We are at Monaco this week.
Oh,
Probably
Wow.
it's an aesthetically pleasing track, but it's probably one of the more boring races because it's all through like the city streets. So there's just not a lot of room to pass.
Yeah.
But I got a decent amount. I got 4 bets here. One is just Max Verstappen to win at plus 400. Despite his card being pretty terrible, he won the last one just because he's just the best driver right now.
I can hear the music right now in my head. I can. I've seen too many reels and TikToks with that freaking whatever song he has, and I'm like, all right, I get it.
So yeah, I got him, and plus 400 for him to win just always feels like good value. I got George Russell to finish top 4 at minus 105. He's just like a steady 3rd place, seemingly every race. The Mercedes car is pretty good this year, so I like him there. And then the other Mercedes driver, Kimi Antonelli, I have him top 6 at plus 120. Both Mercedes drivers have just both been kind of averaging around the top 6 all year. I think he'll do well at this track, and it's pretty decent value there. And then the last one I have is a McLaren double podium finish at minus 165. That's just free money, really. The top 3 is just both McLaren drivers and then Max Verstappen every single week. So
nice.
I feel like minus 165 odds for them, and then second place is Ferrari at plus 750. I mean, it's just such a sign of how much better that car is. But yeah, those can't be parlayed, unfortunately, or at least it's not showing me that on DraftKings. So I don't know what they are if you put them all in a parlay, but I think they're all pretty good value.
Yeah, I like that. Monaco just seems like it's where like rich people just go to party. Like the
That's
race,
exactly what it is.
the race is just like second
on
to the party.
Yeah, when you watch the race, you can see the people like watching from their yachts on the.
Yeah.
It's like, how do people live a life like that? Like I can't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not doing what we do. But
all I know is like my only like real knowledge of Monaco is that Archer episode about Monaco, and that's basically what it is. So according to Archer, that's basically what it is.
That is great analysis on Monaco.
Right.
all I know about it is this animated TV show that I watched talking about it.
All right, you guys won't believe
cool.
Yeah, you guys won't believe
Fair.
it, but this guy's going to be talking about NASCAR next. All right,
I
Dalton,
won't
take it away.
not believe it.
Yeah.
Wait, Jake, do you have? Are we doing Indy 5? Are we?
Jake, do you have Indy 500 or NASCAR?
No, I only have the F1.
Okay.
It's more refined palate, folks. Let's get.
I don't know
break.
anything about the Indy 500 besides.
I just know that it is a thing they do every year.
And they drink milk when they win, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, I know that. But I don't
something
know
about that. By the way, I don't. I'm gonna let it go anyway. Good.
I do have a fun Indy 500 pick this week. It's a great value, and I feel like it's not. I feel like the value is pretty good for the driver. I'm taking Kyle Larson at plus 1800 to win the
Is he
Indy
also
500.
racing in the Coca-Cola?
I think he's racing at Charlotte as well this week.
Yeah.
I believe.
That's cool.
Yeah, he did it last year.
Double
Year,
duty.
where he tried to win. I think Indy and the Brickyard were the same weekend, or something like that.
Oh.
And he tried to win both. But no, he's the favorite to win the Coca-Cola 600 the day after the Indy 500, which shows you just how well he's driving right now.
Yeah.
However, I'm not betting him to win both races this week. For the Coca-Cola 600 and NASCAR, I'm taking William Byron at plus 750. He's finished top 5 3 out of the last 5 races at Charlotte, and he's just driving really well. He's just like right now he's driving at a clip where I feel like he's not a bad bet every week to win. So I'm gonna keep taking him as long as he's getting decent odds like this. So that's what I'm taking this week. That's all I got for motorsports this week.
Nice. All right. So that is motorsports. We talk about golf. Let's go ahead and does anyone have any NHL this weekend or this week?
I have some.
All right, go ahead and kick us off, Jake, because I have a bet for tomorrow as well.
The only thing, I had one live bet for the game tonight, which is looking pretty good. I had the Oilers at minus 105. And they're up 3-1 in the second intermission right now, so that's looking pretty good.
Yeah, looks pretty good.
And then I took the Panthers to win their series at minus 240. I saw a stat yesterday that was the Hurricanes' 11th straight loss in the Eastern Conference Finals.
Oh god,
which is just a brutal stat.
Oh man, Maple Leafs too with Game 7. Yeah. We didn't get to talk about that. Oh man,
that was just so. I at this point, I honestly feel bad for Toronto. As a Sharks fan, I watched them lose in the playoffs every year, and I feel like I can relate.
But they were the one that was playing the person to spoil this time, so it kind of worked out a little bit better for them.
Yeah.
Did you guys see though the AI Austin Matthews press conference?
No, but I've seen what you're talking about.
That does not sound good.
It's great.
Every time I see this, I'm like, this is about to be the worst thing I've ever seen in my life.
After the show,
they're always just the worst things you ever heard in your life being said. It's like, what in the world?
Yeah.
They're great.
Oh my
They're
god!
getting so much more they get less fake looking every time.
Yeah, and I don't like that whatsoever. It's very concerning. Anyway,
one of these times, someone's just gonna say something out of pocket and
just say it was AI. It was AI.
Yeah.
It's like what? Anyway,
that'd be funny. All right, Jake. So you got your bets right.
Yeah, just those two.
Okay. The bet I'm taking just for tomorrow's game, it's gross, but I'm going to try to grind this one out. Okay. It's over 5.5. I expect this game to, everything in my beings tell me it's going to be 2-1 or 2-0. But I'm going to go for it. Over 5.5 goals tomorrow. Let's see what happens. Life's too short to bet the under.
That's true.
All right. I respect that.
That's hockey. We'll get into baseball next, and then NBA, and then we'll get into NFL rookie futures.
Lacrosse to throw in.
Oh yes.
Oh yeah, of course. How can we forget?
Let's go ahead and break
How
it
can
up
we
here.
forget the lacrosse?
We gotta listen to the Bill Belichick of lacrosse.
Yes.
Hold on. Congrats to Bill Belichick and Jordan.
Oh God.
Listen.
Every day it's a new headline that I read about that.
Yeah, every day it's something else that's like that doesn't seem good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Congrats to them, though.
Yeah.
Yep.
But yeah, I didn't get to sit because I wasn't on last week. But that first weekend of the NCAA lacrosse tournament, I actually went 4 for 4 on the first day,
Nice.
and then went 3 for 4 on the second day. I went 7 for 8 in the first round of the
Nice.
NCAA
So
lacrosse.
Jake was correct to say that we're listening to the Bill Belichick of lacrosse bets. He's not even trolling Dalton, like actually just being
Also,
real.
fun fact: Bill Belichick himself actually a huge lacrosse guy.
I know, actually, yeah, I do know that, yeah.
But we're down to Memorial Day weekend. We've got so this is the Final Four, and then on Saturday, and then the national championship will be on Monday, Memorial Day, and I have a few different bets this week. I've got for the Saturday games, I've got Penn State against Cornell. Cornell looked a little shaky, and Penn State's already beaten them once this year. I think Penn State gets them again. They have a lot of momentum after that second half against Notre Dame. If they do, I think it's going to be close either way. So I ended up hedging and taking Penn State plus 2.5. And I parlayed that with Maryland to cover minus 1.5 against Syracuse, because I still believe that Syracuse is just patently a fraudulent team. They just aren't. They are not back. They never will be back. They have one guy, Joey Spallina, that just carries them every week, and it's when they play a real team from the Big Ten, it's gonna come back to bite them. So Penn State plus 2.5, Maryland minus 2.5. Those picks parlay together at plus 232. And then I also grabbed Maryland to win the national championship at plus 280.
Nice.
All right, so Penn State gets there for you, Dalton, but does not take it home, you don't think, against Maryland?
And I mean, I'm kind of more a Maryland fan than a Penn State fan when it comes to lacrosse, because like Penn State really only became like an actual like contender in lacrosse in the last 10 years.
I see. Okay.
Nice. Hope
Cool.
everyone wrote those down.
Write that down, right there.
Yeah, my dude's on fire, so
I kind of am.
I know. We're not even. Normally, we're like, we're so good. No, actually, no. This time we're being serious, guys. You should actually for sure do that.
So yeah, good shit, Dalton. Also, update. The Knicks are up 3 with 11:20 left in the fourth quarter.
We're gonna make you sweat this one out, Dalton.
Both of us,
Yeah.
Dalton. There's like a slim little 3-point gap where we can both win.
Where we both cover. Yeah, that's what we need.
Oh yeah, for sure.
By 5.
Yeah.
There it is.
So, all right. Let's go ahead and get into MLB. Shane. Well, besides, we'll have our parlay tomorrow, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Either going to be hits, home runs, pitchers. We'll see what we decide on, but we'll have a parlay for tomorrow. But Shane, do you have any other baseball bets for this weekend?
Yeah, so I have for tomorrow I have 5 games. I got the Phillies minus 1.5 at the Rockies because they're playing the Rockies, who are a disgrace to professional sports and not just baseball. They just need to probably pack it up for the season, maybe quit, maybe bring the AAA team up and just rest the actual MLB team until next year. They won't lose anymore. They can't, I don't think. The only team that's somehow is worse than them offensively is my Pirates, of course, which, that's a whole other conversation.
Hey,
They're just putting it on hard mode
series.
for Paul Skeens.
What's up, Dalton? Sorry.
They're just playing on hard mode for Paul Skeens.
They literally it's to the point where because you said Casey, they won the series. They scored 4 runs the whole time. So it's legitimately they're just all right, guys, go out there and pitch 9 great innings, or else we're gonna lose every game. They're scoring 2 runs a game the last month and a half. It's impossible to play baseball this way.
Yeah.
I feel it. The A's have lost
you're saying they're not
in a row, so I feel it.
What are you saying, Tom?
Shane, are you expecting more offensive production from the the hollowed out shell that was once Andrew McCutcheon.
I mean, he's probably their second best hitter this year right now.
Respect Tommy Pham.
Yeah, Tommy Pham, who like fell down fielding a baseball today. I'm pretty sure.
Private
Whatever.
fans on there.
Jesus Christ, Brian, the highest paid player in the history of the franchise is like a 600 OPS right now. I can't do it. Like because Casey was like, "You watching the Pirates?" No, Casey, I'm not watching the Pirates game. They even won. I still didn't watch it. I didn't need to. What did I miss realistically in that game? Like anyway,
because it was just two shitty baseball teams going at it.
Yeah, right. Anyway, if I'm gonna watch the Pirates, you better damn well believe I'm gonna be in the park, like just getting probably like I'm not even hammered, just like sitting there being like, all right, I'll watch it now because I can watch the other team at least live. Yeah. Anyway, got the Athletics -1.5. The Angels like. I think they've been on a tear recently, if I'm not mistaken. I think I saw that.
They swept the Dodgers, and they're currently sweeping us right now.
I just feel like eventually they're not like. Well, first of all, the Athletics are better than I thought they were going to be this year. Admittedly, the just Athletics, of course, not the Sacramento Athletics, because it's can't name them that for the next whatever. But I feel like at some point that's going to kind of fall apart for the Angels a little bit. Brewers -1.5 because it's the Pirates. I don't really think they only have to score 2 runs and they can cover this. They'll be good. So you don't have to worry about it. Braves -1.5 over the Nationals. The Nationals are weird. They have like James Wood is tearing the cover off the baseball. So it's like Abrams, and that feels like it. It's kind of just the only thing they have going on right now. So I don't know what to do with them. Plus the Braves are starting to show off a little bit. And the Mariners -1.5 at the Astros. All that's together on a 5-leg parlay is plus 3,474.
Nice. I like that. Jake, you got any baseball this weekend?
Yeah. I got I took all favorites who had plus odds for their run line. So I took the Yankees -1 or -1.5 at plus 140. Then I took the Padres -1.5 at plus 142. Those 2 games, I just feel like the Padres and Yankees are better teams. I did take the A's -1.5 at plus 124 just because their losing streak has to end at some point.
That's kind of where I'm at too with it, where I'm like,
you cannot get swept in 4 games by the Angels. I cannot believe that was going to happen. So,
and 18 on 18 crime, guys. We can't be doing that.
Yeah. Luis Severino's been pitching really well this year.
He better.
Yeah.
Probably the only player that's pitching well on this team, but I'm not even going to say anything more about that. I took the Mariners at -1.5, also at plus 124 against the Astros. Astros are just really average this year, and the Mariners, I do think, are going to fall apart sometime this summer like they usually do, but for now they're playing good baseball. Those all put together come out to plus 2,814 odds, so $5 pays out to 145.
There you go. Nice. Surprised you didn't throw the Brewers -1.5 on there, plus 126 over my stupid Pirates.
I don't think I saw that one. I might have if I saw it.
Plus 126 is funny to me. It's like, because right now they don't even have a listed starting pitcher for that game, and they're still getting -1.5. That's where we're at.
Probably beat whoever it is.
Again, they have to score 2 runs and they can cover the line probably. They'll be good. I don't know, but
Dalton, you got any baseball this weekend?
No, just mostly following my my divisional picks, which are looking okay. But I might have to start paying attention a little more. Cardinals are actually watchable.
I was going to say, you better be paying attention now. They're on fire right now.
They're fun.
They're doing their thing. They're doing it.
And, they're not hitting home runs. They're just playing small ball. It's really weird.
I'm telling you, when your team's playing good small ball, there's nothing better.
Yeah, you feel like, man, this is what baseball is supposed to be. None of this hacking shit.
Some production.
You turn into 62-year-olds old immediately. You're like,
Yeah.
Just
get on
hit
base.
And run. Yeah, it's just hit and run with Brendan Donovan and Mason Wynn, and then have Sonny Gray's old ass just pitch out of his mind.
do everything he can.
Just throwing a nasty curveball off the table. I do have a 6-leg parlay for tomorrow.
In case he had to show us up, but all right.
No, I'm sorry. I took the Yankees money line against Rangers, Padres money line against the Blue Jays, Phillies money line against the Rockies. I did not want to take -1.5 on the Phillies just because it's in Colorado and you just never know what's going to happen.
Rockies losing is probably
It's probably going to happen, but it also could be like 15-14
it's fair.
randomly. So I'll just take the Phillies to win, and then I'll take Angels +1.5. I'm sorry to go against both of you on that one.
No, I get it.
I do not blame you at all.
The Athletics could still win, and I could still cover. So let's just hope you guys need them to cover -1.5, but. Anyways, Guardians +1.5 against the Tigers. Tigers, another team that's just when they need that run, they're getting it this year. So
it's true.
Yeah. And then I took the Astros +1.5 against the Mariners. Astros look like they might be kind of turning it around this year. Still sputtering a little bit, but who knows with this series? But all 6 of those picks is at +1,635.
All right.
So that's baseball. The Dodgers game just started, so hopefully Shohei hits a home run in the first inning. And the Pacers are down 8 right now, down 9 right now.
Dalton, you got it. I think starting to look pretty good.
Yeah, 7.5 is slowly fading away. But anyways, but speaking of NBA, let's go ahead and get into some picks for NBA this week. Dalton, you have any NBA picks this week?
Yeah, so I'll be tweeting this out tomorrow morning as well. But I've got for tomorrow night's game, I took the Timberwolves to cover. So I took Timberwolves plus 7.5 tomorrow. So like -110, I think. But yeah, I think that there's no way that the Thunder can keep blowing them out. I think the Timberwolves are going to win this series just because I think they're a little more fresh than Oklahoma City. And at the end of the day, Minnesota does still have the best player on the court in Anthony Edwards. And
so saying he's not as good. He's better than Shai. Is that what or Shai? All right, cool. All right.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Just brings a lot more to the table, I think. It's more of a dominant player, but yeah, I think that the Timberwolves are gonna eventually take over the series, and even if they don't win Game 2, I think it'll be a very close game. I think this is gonna be Timberwolves in 6 at the end of the day.
All right.
Yes.
All right.
I had the Pacers money line at +160. That's not looking too hot at the moment. Down by 12.
Oh,
Yeah.
12
For you,
now.
though, Dalton.
Yeah, Cat got a dumbass 3-point foul when he was like 8 feet behind the 3-point line and still somehow got fouled.
Nice.
The Knicks have no business getting this far.
Oh, I agree with you, but I also said the same thing about the Pacers, so I'm cooked either way.
Yeah.
I've been wrong for a while now.
Oh, the Pacers, they're getting blown out by Minnesota in the NBA Finals. That's what's happening. It's going to be a boring finals. It's going to be a bunch of guys that no one really cares about too much, and they're just going to get swept. It's going to be the Anthony Edwards show.
All right.
I would kind of like to see Minnesota win the finals.
It'll be fun, yeah.
I feel like they deserve it.
They do the thing they couldn't do with Kevin Garnett.
Yeah. I did take the Timberwolves to win the series at +475. I just feel like that's really good value.
It is. I might have to.
I do think OKC will win just because the league's MVP has the greatest whistle I've ever seen. But well, aside from that though, the Thunder are a very good team. But I just think it's really good value for the Timberwolves. So I think it'll be like at least 6 games. So at that point, I'm just gonna take the plus 475 there.
All right.
It looks like Pascal Siakam just broke his leg in half.
Oh, wait, seriously?
Okay.
I think he. Never mind. He just got up. Like it.
Okay, I was gonna say
bad.
my stream had not seen that yet, so I'm gonna click it off.
Him and Kat were going hard on down low, and then he fell awkwardly, and it looked like his leg broke, and then he just laid there for a second. And I was like, uh-oh, but then he just got up. We're good. Sorry. False alarm.
So holy hell.
All right. Sorry. Shane, go ahead.
Yeah. So I have a couple bets here, just mostly just for how I feel the series is going to play out. I think that I do have the Knicks winning the series. I do think they're going to take care of business. I think the Pacers' problem ultimately is the defense for the Knicks is it suffocates you sometimes, man. And with Halliburton being as good as he's been in these playoffs, anytime he isn't 100% on, they're going to have a hard time winning games, just straight up. And I don't know if you can ask him to do that again in another series for 4 different games. It's just asking a lot for a guy that is as good as he is as an offensive end, and he's not quite at the tippy top of the league, in my opinion, in that regard. So it's hard to ask him to do that many games. And the Knicks just continue to kind of prove me wrong about the fact I thought they'd run out of gas. They seem to have plenty in the tank still. Maybe all these years of conditioning are finally starting to pay off a little bit here in the playoffs, but I do think they'll take care of business. And then I have them winning the series specifically 4-2, and that's a plus 570. It took a couple of these here of just how I think the series is going to play out. And then I have the Thunder taking the series at minus 750. Not great value there, but I just do think the Thunder are just the better team by a good margin, honestly. I think that they'll take care of business. And I also think that series will go 6 games, though, too. I think they'll take care of business in 6. And that's a plus 370 as well.
Yeah, I like that. I just have one bet for tomorrow. And I took the Timberwolves money line. It just made sense to me. I got it at plus 260. I also think Anthony Edwards is a dog, and I think he's going to go off tomorrow. I'm thinking about doing this, but I haven't decided yet. Anthony Edwards 50+, but I haven't decided yet. It's super risky. It's just one of them things where it's you just do it, and if you get close and you can ride it out mid third quarter, he might have 35 points, and you're like, oh yeah, here we go. So I might do it. I haven't decided yet. I'll tweet out before the game if I decide to go live on that. So we'll see. But any other basketball before we get into some NFL futures? NFL rookie futures. Sorry.
I'm good.
Anyone? Okay. So, I just picked a offensive and a defensive rookie of the year for mine. And these are I kind of went a little bit outside the box with my offensive rookie of the year, and I went Emeka Egbuka. Just because he's the most pro wide receiver out of all the wide receivers that got drafted, in my opinion. So if he can step in and just have a great season off the rip and kind of have that veteran presence as a rookie, I think he could take it by storm. And at plus 5,000, there's tons of room for him to move up and for that value to go down as the season goes on. So I'll take that at plus 5,000. And then the next one's just a homer pick. I took Mykel Williams, defensive rookie of the year. Just took the Niners first-round pick. I love the Niners. I love that we got Salah back on the defensive rookie, or for our defensive coordinator. So I'm hoping he can get the rookies going. We drafted a ton of rookies, defensive players in the draft, so we'll have a ton of rookies for him to get into shape there. So we'll see what happens, but Michael Williams plus 1,400 for defensive rookie of the year. Hey, maybe he'll have a streak of like 8 sacks, have a few deflections at the line. You just never know. Maybe he'll just have some stats he never did in college, but that's what I got. All right.
Let's go next year. Let me go up here.
Yeah, go ahead.
So I have a few here for sure that I find interesting. So I'll do my offensive defense rookie of the year first here. Two kind of, especially one, but one that's not quite chalk, but kind of probably should be. Cam Ward, rookie of the year, plus 380. If he plays all the games and isn't kind of bad, then he'll win it. I don't really think that there's much you can do about it if it's a quarterback. Like, we've seen guys put up really, really strong rookie seasons at wide receiver and tight end and running back in the past and not really get close to winning if a rookie quarterback is actually like a solid starter. So as long as he kind of puts up similar numbers to that, I don't think he's going to lose the award. Now, obviously, if the Titans are just as bad again this year as they were last year, maybe that affects that. But I do think a solid rookie quarterback season is all you really need to do to win, especially when he might be the only one that plays most of the year at quarterback. So that felt like pretty good value there. And then Abdul Carter plus 250. I just think they're going to use him in so many interesting ways. He's going to be very disruptive. And I think there's going to be a narrative around that part of it too, where as long as he's productive for the most part, the Giants are better on defense. I think he's got a really strong case to win the award. He shouldn't have any trouble seeing the field a ton, obviously early too, which is helpful for him. I just think the rest of the defensive rookies, like, you can find something about all of them. It's like, okay, well, Jalen Walker is a weird fit, right? Like, what does he do? Michael Williams doesn't really get after the passer very much. This or that. Like, there's reasons to kind of ding a lot of the other guys. With Carter, it's just how is he used, how much is he used, all that type of stuff. So feel good with him at plus 250 there. And then I had a couple of just props for yardage and stuff like that. I had Ashton Genty over 1,075.5 rushing yards. That feels pretty good as long as he's healthy. I have a hard time thinking he won't get the workload to get there. Just has to be somewhat efficient. He should be able to hit that. Over 750. Go ahead, Dog.
Chip Kelly has to not screw him up.
Pretty much, yeah. Which we'll see. I have Travis Hunter over 750.5 receiving yards as rookie. I do think he's going to be that number 2 in that passing game from the get-go. Would be surprised if he doesn't get more than that by a good amount. I have Tedder McMillan under 825.5 receiving yards. I do think he'll probably settle in as this team's kind of go-to outside receiver at some point. But I don't think anyone in that group is going to be that 1,000-yard type receiver. I think Bryce is going to be kind of spreading the ball around. They have a lot of mouths to feed, a lot of guys you can throw the ball to. None of them are true difference makers yet, at least at this point. So I think they're all going to get their chance to kind of get the ball at different times. And then I have Cam Ward over 3,200.5 passing yards. If he plays all the games, probably going to hit that. This team isn't going to be very good no matter what. Probably need to throw the ball around the yard a good bit. Be surprised if as long as he's healthy, he doesn't hit that. And then same thing with touchdowns, over 18.5. Touchdowns can be iffy with rookies. You can kind of get into trouble where they don't score a ton of points that way. But over 18.5, I think, is pretty easy to hit as long as he's playing all the games, like I said. So even if that means he throws 22 interceptions or something too, probably going to throw more than touchdowns at least then too. So that's what I have for the rookie futures here.
Like it.
All right. I've just got 3 that I like. 2 of them are pretty low-hanging fruit. I took Ashton Jenny at plus 250 for offensive rookie of the year.
Bias.
Yeah, I admit it. It might be a little bit.
No, I'm just kidding. I didn't do that to Casey, so I was like, I gotta do it to Jake now.
Hey, that's how I called myself out before I said it. I said this is a complete.
That's fair too. You're like, just so everyone knows before you say anything, do not comment me in the comments. Do not do it.
Yes.
I'm aware.
There's also the odds-on favorite. What am I supposed to tell you, Jake? That's so stupid that you're picking the favorite for the award.
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean?
If Cam Ward doesn't light up the league, I just don't think there's another player that's going to win this.
Right.
It just makes too much sense. He's going to get the ball so many times. And I also have another one that I'm probably also going to bet. and that's Caleb Johnson at plus 3,000. So that's a little bit of a longer odds one. I really just think he's going to get the ball a lot. That's kind of the main reason.
I sure hope so. That's all I'll say about that.
He fits in the offense too perfectly.
Yeah.
I think he'll take over the starting role from Jalen Warren relatively quickly. But even if when he's splitting carries, he's just going to get the ball a lot. And he scored 20-plus times last year at Iowa, and probably the hardest conference in the country last year. So I didn't want to have two favorites picked, so I figured Johnson was a little bit more of a long odds option, who I actually feel has a decent shot. And then my last one is just Abdul Carter to win Defensive Rookie of the Year at plus 250. Looking at the odds, he's such a clear away favorite. I wanted to bet Travis Hunter here, but from what I've seen, I think he's playing more receiver.
That was the hang up for me too, where it's I don't know how much defense he's going to play. Yeah, so.
But yeah, Carter, I just think is going to have so many opportunities to have a good year, and that's what it looks like on the board too. So, but yeah, those are my three.
All right, so I went pretty outside the box with my 3 picks.
We needed it. Good.
I went the opposite of a homer pick for my Offensive Rookie of the Year. I am taking an AFC West running back, but I'm taking Omarion Hampton at plus 1,000.
Ooh.
I think the Chargers are going to win the division. I do think that, and I think Hampton is a perfect fit for their offense. They're going to really be able to run the ball well with him. I think he's a younger, less fragile J.K. Dobbins in some ways, with the explosiveness out of the hole. And I think that is going to allow him to – that and also the fact that J.K. Dobbins just can't stay healthy. I think that's going to allow Hampton to – dominate that role.
Do you think that he might not carry the ball enough with Najee Harris there as well, potentially? Because Najee is kind of that grinded out back. Because that was my hang up with Hampton, where it's even if he's really efficient or something, is he going to get enough carries when he doesn't necessarily have to get a ton? Yeah.
I think by week 6, Harris might be an afterthought.
Oh, that's definitely possible for sure. But I'm wondering if maybe they try to save Hampton a little bit in his rookie year and get him kind of slow grounded, because Harris can handle those grinded out carries.
I think that might be the plan at first, but when Hampton just starts rattling off,
it's just better. Yeah, it's just better than Harris. Yeah,
I think he's just going to slowly become a bigger part of that offense, and I think
fair enough.
By mid-season, he will be the offense. I think he'll probably be. There aren't odds on this yet, but I would definitely, if you can get odds on him being 1,000-yard rusher this year, I would hammer that. Right. And then for Defensive Rookie of the Year, I actually am taking Travis Hunter to win Defensive Rookie of the Year plus 1,200. I was just reading a little bit about the whole position thing. He's going to play defense next week in camp. I think the plan was just learn the offense a little bit this week. And then Cohen, that was probably more just a selfish thing on Cohen's end, but I think he's still going to be a defensive player. And I think he's going to play. I mean, there's no way they're going to not see him in camp and not be he's one of our top 3 corners. So I think he's going to play enough. And I do think this is going to be the 1 year where he actually gets tested a little bit because he's a rookie. I think he's going to actually get the ball thrown at him a little bit, and he's going to punish teams for it. And so I took him to win Defensive Rookie of the Year plus 1,200, and I also took him to get 3 or more interceptions at plus 300.
All right.
I like that.
Oh, I actually forgot. I had a prop on FanDuel. For his season, I have him to get 75 receptions and 2+ interceptions at plus 250.
Love that.
Nice.
Yeah, which I like that a lot.
Yeah, I was thinking about doing a little interception, offensive touchdown thing for him or something. That'd be interesting. But Dalton, congratulations. It's looking like Pacers down 11 with 3 minutes left.
Hey, maybe the Knicks can get enough garbage time points that way we can both hit our bets.
I'm hoping so, but we'll see what happens. But anyways, any other bets this weekend that we got? I feel like we covered everything in sports this week.
Ooh, Pacers closed with an 8.
Hold up. How you are way ahead of me then.
Yeah, I got 2 and 3 left on it. Yeah.
I got 149 left.
I have 239. What is going on?
I also have 239. I guess I'm on
Just
YouTube
living in
TV.
the future here.
Oh, you're on YouTube TV. Yeah, you're 10 years in the past, bro.
Yeah. The game's already over. Jalen Brunson's already back at his apartment.
Yeah, he's already getting in the ice bath. You know.
I'm looking at DraftKings.
Of course, the betting sites are more up to date.
Yeah, because they have dudes like right on the floor, like get
You're
that
like,
in.
This guy just took a shot.
Yeah.
Minute 20 left.
All right.
Still 119 to 111.
Holy shit! All right. Okay. Don't keep. Just let me watch this. Just don't.
All right.
Don't ruin it for me. All right. So any other? I don't think we have any other bets. Tomorrow we will go ahead and share our MLB parlay with the group. It's either going to be pitching, batting, something.
One of those two things that baseball be doing.
Yeah. We'll figure it out. 4 legs on a home run parlay is very hard. We can't even do it with 2.
Yeah, we tried.
We tried, but hey, we might do it again. Anyways, we appreciate you guys watching tonight. Let us know if you trail any of our bets. Follow Dalton as a cross bets. Dude's on fire. Congrats to Dalton on his championship. Didn't know we had a champion in the house, but we do. So thank you guys again. We will see you guys next weekend or next week, Wednesday, same time. I don't know what anything important that's going on next weekend off the top of my head.
Yeah, this weekend coming up, I have no idea what would be.
Yeah, we are hitting that dead zone, guys. Like,
I know it.
Like we were already in it when football ended, but like right now it's just like holy shit. So, anyways.